Welcome back to DotApp Talk, where we explore the tools shaping modern web development. Today, we're diving deeper into the DotApp PHP framework with its creator, joining us from Slovakia. Štefan, thanks for coming back to share more about DotApp. For those who missed our last episode, can you give us a quick overview of what DotApp is and what makes it stand out?
Thanks for having me again. DotApp is a lightweight, modular, and scalable PHP framework designed to make web development faster, more flexible, and reusable. Started in 2014, it's built to help developers create robust applications with minimal setup complexity. What sets it apart is its modular architecture, which lets you build self-contained, shareable components in its driver-based system, which makes it easy to swap out things like databases or caching without rewriting code. It's proudly made in Slovakia, and we're focused on simplicity, speed, and developer productivity.
I love that focus on simplicity and power. Let's start with modularity, which you've described as the heart of DotApp. Can you explain how this works and why it's such a game changer for developers?
Absolutely. DotApp's modularity means you can create independent modules that act like mini applications within your project. Each module has its own logic, routing, and even front-end assets like CSS or JavaScript. For example, if you build a module for user authentication, complete with login forms, user management, and permissions, you can reuse that module across multiple projects. Just copy it over and it's ready to go. This saves developers from reinventing the wheel. Plus, modules are optimized for speed, so they integrate seamlessly without dragging down performance. It's all about reusability and efficiency.
That's incredibly practical. So you could build a module for something like a blog once and then drop it into any DotApp project without extra work?
Exactly. Imagine you've created a blog module with features like post creation, comments, and categories. It's a self-contained unit with its own routing table, so DotApp knows when to activate it based on the URL. You can plug that module into a new project and it works out of the box. This modularity also extends to front-end assets, so your styles and scripts come along with the module, keeping everything tidy and portable.
That's a huge time saver. Another aspect I found interesting is how DotApp supports large development teams. I've heard it's great for dividing work across modules. Can you tell us how this helps teams collaborate without stepping on each other's toes?
That's one of DotApp's biggest strengths for team collaborations. In large projects, teams can split the application into modules based on functionality. For example, one team handles all routes under /users * for user management. Another takes /email /* for email features, and another works on /articles /* for content. Each module is independent with its own configuration, routes, and assets. This means teams can work in parallel without overwriting each other's settings or causing conflicts, which is a common headache in big projects. Everyone focuses on their module, and DotApp's structure ensures they integrate smoothly. It's a clean way to organize work and keep things conflict-free.
That's brilliant for scaling up development. No more config clashes or merge conflicts. Let's talk about getting started with DotApp. How easy is it to install and set up for a new project?
DotApp is designed to be super accessible. You've got 3 simple ways to install it. The easiest is using Composer. Just run composer create project.systems /DotApp in your project directory, and it sets up the entire structure. For more control, I recommend our DotApper CLI tool. Just download DotApper.php from our GitHub repo and run php.dotapper.php -- install. Or, if you prefer Git, you can clone the repository with git clone https://github.com/dotsystems sk/dotapp.git. All methods are straightforward, and once installed, you can start building immediately. After setup, you can use Composer to add any extra libraries you need.
That flexibility is great for developers of all skill levels. Security is always a big concern. Can you tell us about DotApp's front-end library, dotapp.js, and how it ensures secure communication?
Security is a core focus for us. The DotApp.js library handles front-end back-end communication securely right from the start, so developers don't need to set up complex protections manually. It includes a CSRF protection mechanism, but it goes further with a form mechanism that's even more robust, ensuring all interactions, like form submissions or API calls, are safe by default. This takes the burden off developers, letting them focus on building features while knowing their app is protected against common vulnerabilities. It's secure, simple, and built into the framework.
That's a huge relief for developers. Security that just works. DotApp's driver-based architecture is another standout feature. Can you explain how it makes development more flexible?
Our driver-based system is all about flexibility. For example, our database class supports MySQLi and PDO drivers out of the box, but you can write your own custom driver if needed. Let's say you're using PDO and later want to switch to another database system. You just change the driver in the config file, and your code stays untouched. The same applies to sessions with our DotApp Session Manager, which supports drivers like PHP's _session, Redis, file-based storage, or database storage. We also have cache drivers for file-based or Redis caching. This means you write your code once and switching drivers is just a config change. No refactoring needed. It's a huge time saver and makes scaling or adapting to new environments effortless.
That's incredibly powerful. You also have a fast search library for search functionality. How does that simplify things for developers?
The Fast Search library makes search integration a breeze. It provides a unified interface for engines like Algolia, Elasticsearch, Melee-Search, OpenSearch, and TypeSense. Instead of wrestling with each engine's unique API, you write your search logic once using Fast Search. If you need to switch engines, say from Algolia to Melee-Search, you just update the driver and API credentials in the config. No code changes required. It's like a query builder for search, designed to be fast, flexible, and developer-friendly.
That's a fantastic tool for search-heavy apps. Let's talk about the DotApper CLI tool. How does it streamline development?
The DotApper CLI is a lifesaver for productivity. It's a command line tool that handles tasks like installing DotApp, updating the core framework, or creating new modules and components. For example, running php .apper.php create module equals blog sets up a new module with all the necessary files. You can also list routes with php.apper.php-list-root or run tests with php.apper.php-test. It's designed to automate repetitive tasks so developers can focus on coding rather than setup or maintenance.
That sounds like a huge time saver. Speaking of testing, how does DotApp support developers in ensuring their code is reliable?
Our tester class, introduced in version 1.7, makes testing straightforward. It supports unit and integration testing for both the core framework and individual modules. You can run all core tests with php.apper.php-test or test a specific module with php.apper.php-module equals blog-test. It's lightweight but powerful, helping developers catch bugs early and ensure their modules are reusable and reliable across projects. Testing is critical, especially when you're sharing modules between apps.
Testing is so important for robust apps. What about the templating system? How does it make building dynamic interfaces easier?
Our templating system is fast, extensible, and developer-friendly. It comes with a built-in renderer, but you can add custom renderers for specific needs. The dot bridge feature is a highlight. It's a secure, high-performance bridge between the backend and frontend using a simple syntax to pass data safely. It integrates with our translator library for multilingual apps, so you can easily support multiple languages without complicating your templates. It's designed to make dynamic, localized interfaces easy to build and maintain.
That's a great feature for global apps. The config class also seems like a big win for managing settings. Can you explain how it works?
The config class centralizes all settings in one place, typically in app/config.php. You can configure everything: database drivers, session lifetimes, cache settings, encryption keys, with simple commands. For example, you can set up a Redis session driver or switch to a file-based cache with a single line. If you need to change a setting, you update the config file and it applies across the entire app. This eliminates scattered configurations and makes maintenance a breeze, especially for large projects.
That's so clean and efficient. DotApp also has a robust router with middleware support. How does that enhance development?
Our router is dynamic, fast, and supports both before and after middleware. Before middleware can handle tasks like authentication or rate limiting before a request reaches your logic, while after middleware can modify responses like adding headers or logging. Each module has its own routing table, so you can define routes specific to that module, like /users* for a user module. This keeps routing organized and lets teams work on their own routes without conflicts. It's a powerful way to build secure, scalable apps.
That's a solid setup for complex projects. You've also got libraries like OTP and Logger. Can you tell us about those?
The OTP library makes two-factor authentication easy, with built-in QR code generation for authenticator apps. It's secure and simple to integrate into any module. The Logger library supports logging with drivers for PHP's error log or file-based storage, perfect for debugging or tracking app behavior. Both are designed to be plug and play, so you can add them to your modules with minimal effort. We also have a mail library that not only sends emails but can save them to a sent folder for tracking.
Those are fantastic tools for building secure, trackable apps. Let's look to the future. What's coming up for DotApp, like the DotHUB module you mentioned?
DotHUB is a big project we're excited about, with the first version planned for December 2025. It's a free administrative module that other modules can build on. It includes user authentication, user management, and a web-based module installer, so you can add modules directly from a browser. Developers can create their own modules, define menu items, and set up routes, then share them with the community. DotHUB will make it easy to build and scale custom apps, and it's designed to foster a collaborative ecosystem where developers can share reusable modules.
That sounds like a huge step for the DotApp community. And what about the Connector library? I hear it's something special in the works.
Connector is an exciting side project, still in development due to time constraints. It's a JavaScript and PHP library that lets developers create interactive logic flows with mouse-driven connections, bridging backend and front-end seamlessly. The JavaScript part is ready, but the PHP side is still in progress. Once complete, it'll let developers visually connect app logic in a way that's both beautiful and intuitive. It's a bit of a passion project, but it's going to add a unique dimension to DotApp.
That sounds like something to watch for. Štefan, thanks for sharing all these insights about DotApp. It's clear this framework is a powerful, flexible tool for developers, especially for teams. Where can our listeners learn more?
Thanks for the great conversation. Check out dotapp.dev for full documentation and guides. Our GitHub repo at github.com, .systems, sk.dotapp has all the source code, and you can reach us at dotapp@dotapp.dev. We'd love for developers to try DotApp, build modules, and join our community.
Fantastic. Listeners, head to dotapp.dev to explore DotApp and start building. Štefan, thanks again, and we're excited to see where DotApp goes next.
My pleasure. Thank you.